on.
Begin.
Danny Myers and the G105 Morning Show.
Post-show pod.
So, wherever you get your podcasts, this is the post-show convo. It's also a video today, man.
We're on video, and I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking right in the camera.
You are.
I've trained myself.
Yeah, because it's a little awkward. I do the same thing, though. So we're on the radio. So looking at a camera or a likeness of ourselves can be a little weird for us because we're just not used to it. But this is for your enjoyment, friend.
We're looking you right in the eyes. Look them right in the eyes for those who are tuning in video.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
That was pretty good. So post-show conversation. It is Tuesday, March 29th. It's going to be a drunk day, I think.
That's fine.
Yeah, I've already had a couple of drunk moments after the show. And if you haven't listened to the post-show pod, the drunk moments come in when we get tired. Mm-hmm. It's not because we're drinking alcohol. It's because we're tired. We've put out a lot of adrenaline doing a live radio show on G105 in Raleigh at 105.1 and on the free iHeart app around the world. So the adrenaline crashes, and then we try to ramp up and do this. Sometimes we sound drunk.
Sometimes we slur our words. Sometimes our words combine into each other. So it's like, what are they on? But it's just exhaustion.
The word choice, I think, also is very interesting.
Definitely.
Not necessarily bad, but not right.
We choose certain synonyms that just don't make sense.
And the post-show pod, we always kick it off with the National Day calendar. What holiday is today? And there are not a lot of really great ones today, Ben, I got to be honest. But the one that I chose to start with is National Smoke and Mirrors Day.
Okay.
And why I chose that, because that was a day that was supposed to be honoring magicians, people that do, it's not, it's an illusion, so it's smoke and mirrors. There's some kind of sleight of hand. The reason I chose that is because Ben is a magician.
I am.
How many tricks do you think you know?
I think I know 3.
Okay.
One I always forget, so I'm going to knock it back down to 2.
I've seen your quarter trick a few times now.
I'm really good at that one.
It's impressive.
Another one so the one he's talking about is I have 2 coins in both hands.
We're not really explaining magic.
And then I flip my hands down, and then one coin is under the other hand.
Oh, I mean, do you have 2 quarters? Because we're doing the video. You
ago.
could absolutely do this for the video. So if you're listening on the podcast, check us out on our Facebook page or G105.com. We'll post this video so you get to see Ben's trick. This is great. This is going to be good.
Look at this. This is why we do videos.
Yeah.
It incentivizes you to watch us on video. Okay, here we go.
For today.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, your camera moved again. But you got this. You have this, Ben.
Hey.
Okay, this is a really good trick.
All right.
And before Ben does it,
he
let me in on the secret the other day when he did it, and I can't believe he showed me.
I would be the worst magician because I want to tell everybody how every trick is
I found that to be very odd. Why did you do that? Because I was completely bamboozled.
Can't keep a secret. That's why.
Okay, here we go.
All right, here we go. Here's what's happening for those who are not watching.
Yeah.
I have a quarter in my left hand. I have a quarter in my right hand.
Uh-huh.
Trying to get my hands squared up on the camera. Uh-huh. All right, here we go. I'm gonna flip them down on the ground on the table. Here we go. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Where are the coins?
I didn't see them go. They should
Watch
be under
this.
your hand. Whoa! They disappeared.
And wait, where did they go? They're under this hand.
Whoa! How did that happen?
Magic. That's how it happened.
You can't tell them though, even though you want to tell them.
I really want to. I'm not going to tell them.
No, don't.
I'm not going to tell them.
You spoil it like so quickly for me.
I know.
Like, you didn't even give me. You didn't even ask. Do I want to know? Because the answer would have been no.
Oh, well, I can't keep anything from you, man. Even magic.
So, what are your other tricks? Are they also coin related? Or
hold on,
no, I don't. We don't need them on the radio. I just was curious.
It goes like this.
Oh, it's another quarter trick.
It's another quarter trick. You ready? We're really putting a show on for those who are able to watch this. Wow. Okay, here we go. All right, you see the coin? The coin's in my hand.
Yes, it is in your hand.
I have nothing in this hand. Here we go. I'm balling up my fist. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Oh my God! It disappeared altogether.
It's gone.
Oh, I thought you tucked it in your other hand, but you didn't tuck it in your hand.
Oh no, there's nothing.
You can't possibly be bringing it back.
I'm going to bring it back
out of nowhere.
Out of thin.
Wow.
Air.
Smoke and Mirrors Day.
That trick, that second one, works about 25% of the time. I'm really glad that it worked.
Well, yeah, I was really impressed. And if people don't know, Ben also was a junior ventriloquist, which is so impressive.
That's kind of magic.
It's magic, and it's also creepy. Like, have you ever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad you've come around to that because I've known people that do it. I'm like, God, this is. I don't know. It's, you know how clowns were universally loved, and then there started to be this movement into scary and creepy clowns, and now all of a sudden there's a large portion of people that do not like clowns.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing with ventriloquists.
I think you're right.
honest.
I think it might have something to do with Annabelle, the show, because my particular ventriloquist dummy was a famous one. It was Charlie McCarthy in the ventriloquism community that I'm a part of. And he had a monocle, and he had like slicked back hair. He looked very old-timey. He looked very scary. So when I was a kid, it was fine. I was doing it, and I was having fun. But then when I got older, Charlie McCarthy stood in the corner of my bedroom and haunted my dreams. So I'm scared of him.
And was it wooden? And did you carry it in a suitcase?
I did have a carrying case for Charlie.
Now, because I remember the one that was like an actual suitcase, briefcase type thing, but bigger for the dummy. Was yours kind of like that?
Kind of like that, yeah. I guess
That's creepy.
It was really creepy.
Because when you see the person pull this very lifelike thing out of this bag, it's just, I don't know.
Have you seen the pictures of me and the dummy?
Uh-huh.
You have.
You look like your dummy.
Yes.
You look a lot like your dummy.
I don't know why. I look very much like you. You're right. You're right. And I didn't realize that until I posted it on social media, and everybody was like, did you make yourself a dummy?
It really looks that way. No, you just in real life look like Charlie McCarthy, which is a very, very popular dummy. I was just trying to think of any other ones I can think of, because there used to be a thing. Remember Lamb Chop?
Yeah.
Jerry Lewis and Lamb Chop.
Yeah.
This is a song that never ends. That was a really big kids show. My generation, was it done by the time you were watching?
Probably.
Yeah.
I remember Lamb Chop, like it was a sheep, right?
Little lamb.
Little lamb. Yeah, I remember it, but I don't remember the show it was from.
Yeah, she was like a sock puppet.
Okay.
And she was, hi, it was a really cute puppet.
Wow, you're really
and
good.
Lamb Chop kind of talked like this, and so everybody loved Lamb Chop. But it was a woman's voice, so it could go a little higher than I'm doing. But it was a very cute, like people loved Lamb Chop.
Could she?
She passed.
Oh,
away.
I'm so sorry.
So the character went away. Yeah. And kind of young, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say Sherry Lewis, like 60s or something.
Yeah.
Checked out. But she was, I don't know. Sherry Lewis was okay. But in my hometown, I can't remember her name, but she did like all the student assemblies.
Really?
And she had a Charlie McCarthy. She had a male dummy. It might have been Charlie McCarthy. And I remember her because she did a lot of singing. This woman that did assemblies in upstate New York. And so it's always like this. And it was so creepy.
Yeah. It's something you got to, I had like the VHS where like it teaches you how to become a ventriloquist, and you had to do that whole alphabet. They had a ventriloquist alphabet, and I performed, you know this, at my elementary school talent show.
Yes, you did.
And I thought I killed it. Me and my best friend at the time, Eli Klein, he was my helper. He would ask the questions, which doesn't make any sense because I was supposed to ask the questions to the dummy. It really didn't add up.
But maybe you were getting your mouth in position.
Yes, let's go with that. But anyway, he would ask the questions, and then Charlie would answer them, and then there would be a reaction. There would be laughter from the audience. Yeah. So by the end of it, I was like, I killed this show. I killed my set. Right. I'm going to be the most famous ventriloquist of all time. I learned several years later from my sister who was in the audience. She was like, yeah, nobody understood a word you were saying. Nobody knew.
But your lips didn't move. You just couldn't understand you.
I guess that's all I was doing. And
oh, my God. And don't really, and I know we're asking a lot of questions about ventriloquism.
Might as well.
But that's what the post-show pod, this is an extension of the conversation.
Exactly.
So things that we would never be able to get into on terrestrial radio, we could get into. But I want to say the really good ones, it's not a lot of teeth. Like their lips are closed, right? Like if you're a better ventriloquist, you're not showing a lot of teeth.
You're showing some teeth because you can't.
Some teeth, but not a lot. I think the really good ones,
Yeah,
their lips are almost completely shut, and that's why this woman that did all of our assemblies
She was all
sucked.
teeth.
She was all teeth, man. She was all teeth, and it's just I don't know. And you want to talk about creepy? It was the stuff of nightmares when you were in second grade. It was like, oh no, she's not back with the dummy again. It was terrible. Grooming, men's grooming. Are you a groomer? Are you? Because you don't have a lot of hair.
I groom one portion of my body.
Okay.
It's my downstairs portion.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you just let your face grow?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I shave because, okay, fair enough.
All right. So two.
Yeah.
Well, I think, you have to. There's, you might not have to be obsessive about it, but taking some off. At least seasonal. I think once a season, you got to knock it back.
That's fair.
I think at least. But this is big news if you are a female pod listener or you are a Channing Tatum fan, male pod listener.
Okay.
He is not waxing for Magic Mike 3. Oh, Natch is coming back, my friend.
He's going to get hairy?
He's just going to be his normal self. I don't really know what his because Magic Mike. Did you watch it?
I never watched it.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, straight guys can watch Magic Mike too.
It's just one of those movies I never watched.
It's very good. And then the second one I've not watched, but I hear it's just fun trash.
Like a good bad movie.
Yeah. Whereas the first one was written, the screenplay was written by Channing Tatum because he was a stripper, he put his experiences into it. So it had a pretty substantial plot. Yeah. And since he told his story, he just decided the next one is going to be fun as hell.
And now, so what's the third one?
It's Magic Mike 3, and I think it's just more fun as hell, but people enjoy these movies. But when he was on Ellen yesterday, he said, I ain't shaving. I'm not doing it.
I think that phase of men being hairless is over. I think it was a phase, and now they're just like, whatever. This is the hair that's on my body. Deal with it.
Yeah, no, because I do the sugaring now. I don't know if you know about this. It's an advertiser of the radio station. It's similar to waxing, but it's with liquid sugar.
Yes.
And so it actually, and I'm not doing this as a commercial, but I've had the procedure done or the treatment done, and it's not as painful because I've also been waxed. And, so for certain areas, I think it's good. But I was thinking about it because the guy who runs the place, he does his whole chest. And I was like, do I want that? And I decided no. Okay. I like my chest hair. I think it's attractive.
You got nice.
Do you think it's attractive?
I think it's very nice chest hair. If I could grow chest hair, I want it to look similar to that.
You described it as Will Ferrell's chest hair, and I think that's out of control, not attractive chest hair.
I think that's great looking chest hair. If I were to have I have the ugly have you seen my chest hair?
I have, yeah. It's not a lot, but you have very dark hair, so you just have the little stragglers.
Yeah, there's patches of straight chest hair, and it looks really ugly. But I want the thick, curly chest hair.
When I first started to get it, I got ripped by my father mercilessly because it was a very dense patch. At a very young age, too. I want to say it was 12, 13. I just had this red, and it was not.
12 or 13?
I was very young. Listen to my voice. My voice dropped at a very young age. Okay. So maybe it was 14, but it was so much in this one little red patch in the middle of my chest. It was really weird.
Was it in the shape of a circle? Did you have was it just
heart-shaped-ish?
Heart-shaped.
Diamond.
That's still very young.
It was
to have
so strange.
That much chest hair.
Because it didn't come in right now. It's evenly distributed.
Sure.
But at the time, it came in, boom, right in the middle. And it felt like overnight. Truly, my voice changed overnight.
Wow.
I will never forget it. I woke up the next morning and all of a sudden I was talking
hey guys, good night, everybody.
Good morning, Mom and Dad. It was so weird. I mean, it was do people normally have a progression where their voice changes and there's a slow? My voice changed overnight and this weird thicket of red chest hair came out overnight.
It was just snap of the fingers. You're through puberty overnight. Congratulations.
It was so bad because we would have swimming. You're getting a lot of my schooling, but we would do swimming as part of gym, as part of PE.
Yeah.
And I was the only kid that had chest hair.
I can imagine. Red. That's very young for a kid to have a full
but it wasn't
chest of hair.
It was weird.
Oh, but it was just that
it looked like I had some kind of weird heart procedure if you're from a distance, man.
Okay, all right. Fine.
So anything else? Ben said before we started, he's like, wait, let me think of what I wanted to tell you. And now you've had quality minutes of the post-show pod. Do you remember what it was?
I do remember.
Today?
I remember it now. Yeah, because we talked briefly on the show about these kids, or one kid who set up a lemonade stand.
Oh, yeah.
To raise money for I guess
Ukraine,
yeah, exactly. And that brought up a really shameful memory for me.
Oh no,
because I also set up a lemonade stand when I was a kid, but it was a fraudulent lemonade stand.
Why?
I put a sign out front that said soccer donations.
Oh, no.
And I told people that I was going to donate my money that I raised to soccer. And people would come up and say, what soccer organization is it? I was like, it's just going to soccer. And I just pocketed all the money that I made.
That is so bad.
And some people didn't even buy lemonade. They were just like, oh, this kid's doing something great. Here's some money for you.
Why would you be so devious at such a young age?
I was poorly influenced by a neighbor.
There was some kind of it was a neighbor.
It was a neighbor. They were like, yeah, I did this last year where I told people I was donating. Yeah. You should do it too. And I was like, cool, that sounds great. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
That's so bad.
I felt really
You're
bad.
Still paying back a karmic debt for that.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Next time we're having this conversation where it's like, man, Ben, bad things don't happen to other people like they happen to you. That's still repaying this soccer donation.
Maybe I just need to write a check to soccer
Yeah.
and
that would
send it
undo
off in the mail.
That would undo it. If you have like a U12 soccer team that really needs money, then hit up Ben.
Yeah, and I'll write a check to soccer and give it to you.
That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's a good place because I can tell you tomorrow about, and I did not, you know the story, I think, about the Jerry Lewis Telethon and the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
Kind of. I remember you talking about that, but I don't remember specifics.
It was a big passion of mine from a very young age. Like I would just watch that telethon and I would want to help these kids and I would love the weird entertainers. Speaking of magicians, they would always have some kind of magician, fire eater, Charo.
Sure.
It was always, but I was really into it. And then they would get the pitch to kids, go door to door and collect money for Jerry's kids, which I did. And I turned over 100% of the proceeds, but the local telethon cut-ins, our local television affiliate, got something crossed in the wires before they went and talked about me on the telethon.
I don't think you've ever.
You
told
don't know this?
I don't think I know this. I want to. I can't wait.
Pick it up tomorrow.
Wow.
We'll see you at the Post Show. Bye.
Danny Myers and the G105 Morning Show.
Post Show Pod.